Trump picks Loyalist Kash Patel to head FBI. This November 30th story has been corrected to change the name of DEA to Administration, not Agency, in paragraph 20. So, by Sarah N. Lynch, Washington Reuters, Republican President-elect Donald Trump said on Saturday he wanted former national security official and Loyalist Kash Patel to lead the FBI, signaling an intent to drive out the Bureau's current director, Christopher Wray. Patel, who during Trump's first term advised both the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense, has previously called for stripping the FBI of its intelligence gathering role and pursuing its ranks of any employee who refuses to support Trump's agenda. So essentially what this guy wants is basically supporting Trump's idea on basically firing people who don't support Trump is basically what's going on. So the biggest problem the FBI has had has come out to its intel shops. I'd break that component out of this. I'd shut down the FBI hover building on day one and reopen it the next day as a museum of the deep state, Patel said in a September interview on the conservative Sean Ryan show.
He wants former national... U.S. President-elect Donald Trump said on Saturday he wants former national security official Kash Patel to lead the FBI, signaling plans to carry out his threat to eject the Bureau's current director, Christopher Wray. 44-year-old Patel is a Trump loyalist who advised both the Director of National Intelligence and Secretary of Defense during the Republicans' first term in the White House. He has previously called for stripping the FBI of its intelligence-gathering role and purging its ranks of any employee who refuses to support Trump's agenda.
Jesus.
Donald J. Trump.
In a September interview on a conservative podcast, Patel said, quote, "The biggest problem the FBI has had has come out of its intel shops. I'd break that component out of it. I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopen it the next day as a museum of the deep state." Current Director Wray's term does not expire until 2027. FBI directors are appointed to 10-year terms by law as a means of insulating the Bureau from politics. Trump himself appointed Wray to the role during his first term. But Wray has since come under fire from Trump and his supporters, who have accused the FBI and other federal agencies of weaponizing their law enforcement to silence critics on the right and target political enemies.
So let's get this straight. So Trump commits an insurrection, right? And he gets prosecuted as he should, and then he gets treated like he's the victim. That's basically what's going on here. So yeah.
It was under Wray that the FBI...
And so he wants to purge everybody who actually believes in the rule of law. So whenever these people tell you that they just want law and order, they're wrong. They're lying to you. You're being duped.
I carried out a court-approved search at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate to look for classified documents. Wray has also faced criticism for his role overseeing a directive by Attorney General Merrick Garland aimed at working to protect local school boards from violent threats and harassment. An FBI spokesperson did not directly comment on Patel's nomination on Saturday, saying, quote, "Every day the men and women of the FBI continue to work to protect Americans from a growing array of threats. Director Wray's focus remains on the men and women of the FBI, the people we do the work with, and the people we do the work for." The appointment will need Senate approval. There will likely be pushback against Patel's nomination by Senate Democrats and possibly even some Republicans.
So let's get this straight. So Patel is going to replace somebody who essentially is more committed to law and order and doesn't want to submit to a dictator. But if Patel, takes over the FBI and is approved, then all that's going down the drain. He's going to go right ahead and take over the FBI. So what does this mean? This means that if let's say there are, let's give an example. All right, Proud Boys, right? So we all know that they're a terrorist organization within the United States. They're basically the KKK of today. They are incredibly racist. They're white nationalists. They are transphobic, homophobic, misogynist, whatever you can name. So let's say they are plotting to take on, or to basically go, I don't know, blow up a drag show or something like that. The FBI would be handcuffed if this lunatic takes office. They would not be able to look into that because it would probably be woke nonsense to them. And it would, despite the fact that there are laws that, prohibit terrorism and they should be enforcing that, because it's some leftist event, not even leftist. Like, there are LGBT conservatives, I know, unfortunately. But yeah, they exist, and they're just as delusional as non-LGBT conservatives. But delusion is blind. It doesn't know demographics. So, but basically, yeah. So when you have a situation like that where these where the FBI cannot actually do anything to prevent an attack or to investigate an attack on, say, Trump's political opponents. Let's say, I don't know, Biden gets assassinated when he leaves office. What's the FBI gonna do? Is the FBI gonna be allowed to investigate that? Like, which is their fucking job? Sorry, clock app. I'm trying. Which is their job? Are they going to be allowed to do that? What about if an abortion clinic gets lit on fire and burnt to the ground? Are they going to do anything about that? Be able to do anything about that? Probably not. This guy is probably not going to let them. So at the end of the day, it's like this is. But obviously nobody really cares. People just. It's all to own the libs, you see. You gotta own the libs. If you're not owning the libs, then you have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Alrighty. Let's continue. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops. You're cops. Go be cops. With the nomination of Patel, Trump is signaling that he is preparing to carry out his threat to oust Wray, a Republican first appointed by Trump, whose 10-year term at the FBI does not expire until 27. Asked about Patel's nomination, which will need Senate confirmation, an FBI spokesperson said on Saturday. So I'm assuming this is probably all stuff we already read. So FBI directors by law are appointed to 10-year terms as okay. During Wray's tenure, the FBI carried out a court-approved search at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate to look for classified documents, and he has also faced criticism for his oversight role of a directive by Attorney General Merrick Garland aimed at working to protect local school boards from. Yeah, so this all seems okay. Patel, 44, previously worked as a federal public defender and a federal prosecutor. He is instrumental in working to lead House Republicans probe into FBI 2016's investigation into contacts between Trump's 2016 campaign and Russia during his stint as an aide to former House Intelligence Committee Chair Devin Nunes. Later during Trump's first impeachment trial, ex-National Security Council official Fiona Hill told House investigators she was concerned Patel was secretly serving as a back channel between Trump and Ukraine without authorization. Patel denied those allegations. It's really amazing how the people that are supposed to be representative of us always have some kind of and this isn't exclusive to Republicans. You see this on the Democratic side too. I mean, Biden literally is supporting Israel's genocide of Palestinians. So yeah, I am like, it's just whether it's ties to Israel, ties to like Ukraine or to Russia or whatever. There's always some ties somewhere. You know what I mean? And they'll always deny having those ties. After Trump left office in January 2021, after the attempted insurrection, of course, don't let them gaslight you on that. That's exactly what that was. Patel was one of several people Trump designated as representative for access to his presidential records. He was one of the few former Trump administration officials who claimed without evidence that Trump had classified all of the records in question. He was... crap. All right. He was later... Here we are. He was later subpoenaed to appear before a grand jury in connection with the probe. As a private citizen, Patel wrote a book called Government Gangsters, which Trump in 2023 declared would be used as a roadmap to end the deep state's reign. So, Patel's nomination is likely to garner pushback from Senate Democrats, and possibly even some Republicans, though Patel has received public support from some high-profile Republicans, such as Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Of course, the guy that doesn't want to halt executions so that some guy can actually have his voice be heard. I'm not shocked that Patel would be endorsed by someone as sick as Ken. Trump also named Chad Chronister, sheriff of Hillsborough County, Florida, as his pick as administrator of the Drug Enforcement Administration, where he would work closely with Trump's choice for Attorney General Pam Bondi. Bondi is also from the Tampa area that Chronister serves. As DEA administrator, Chad will work with our great Attorney General Pam Bondi to secure the border, stop the flow of fentanyl and other illegal drugs across the southern border, and save lives, Trump wrote on his social media platform, Truth Social. By saving lives, you of course mean invading Mexico and threatening the leader over there, Really, and by the way, the leader is also a female. Way to make yourself look like a someone who probably should not ever be getting laid. Basically, yeah, so... like, if you're gonna, abuse a woman on the national stage, then you're basically just, you're crazy. So... but yeah, so this guy is going to cause, massive issues in the FBI. He's going to make it impossible to investigate crimes, and if they don't, if they the FBI just seems like it's cooked, guys. I don't know what else to say. We tried to warn everybody. Tariffs are gonna cause the economy to go into a fucking spiral down the drain. I just see, when it comes to the tariffs, I'm not gonna hurt from it. I have thousands of dollars in a stock portfolio, so if anything, the fact that the corporations are actually gonna pass the fact that they're going to cause the prices to go up because, say, for example, Walmart. I have 100 shares in Walmart. They're not going to eat the tariffs. They're going to pass that on to the consumer. So on the point of sale side, I'm going to initially hurt from it. But on the stock side, trust me, I'm going to benefit a lot more than you actually realize. So those of you that are actually, who voted for Trump because of the economy, I feel for you, because you're gonna hurt a lot more than, I'm looking forward to the Schadenfreude. It's just, but yeah, so if you liked that, feel free to like and share my stream. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next segment. Bye.